first Warn5 forecast, certified most accurate by WeatherRate.
Other than a little bit of fog across the area this morning, the forecast is going to be fantastic, and we will have a little bit in the way of wind, but I'm not too worried about that. Outside on your first Warn5 pinpoint Doppler live from MBS, it is quiet out there, and this right here is really the picture we're going to be looking at over the next few days, as we really aren't going to have too much in the way of weather to talk about. We'll zoom it out a little bit here. You can see a bit of rain there off in the lower right hand corner of your image. That is the remnants of Ian down there, and these are the clouds associated with Ian as well. Some of those moved into the thumb earlier this morning, but they've already started to exit the area there. And we have this high pressure system that's sitting over the area right now, keeping us in the clear skies. Also a cold front to our north that'll bring cooler temperatures for tomorrow and beyond until we start warming up into next week. But really what we're talking about here is the fantastic weather thanks to this high pressure system, and the next high pressure system you can kind of see cut off at the top of your screen there as this cold front passes by. So we do have some nice weather on the way, and it's going to stay that way for an extended period of time. We're not just squeezing in that one little nice day here and there. This is going to be a nice stretch, and it starts with today's hour by hour. You can see temperatures getting up into those mid 60s for most of us. I do even think a couple of upper 60s are possible. You can also see sunshine plenty to go around throughout the entire day. As we get into the overnight hours, we're going to watch those clear skies hang around too, so it's going to be a very beautiful day out there for us. On the hour by hour, biggest story here I think is going to be our winds coming off of the lake, keeping portions of the thumb a little bit on the cooler side, and that's going to be like that as you get into portions of the Saginaw Bay as well. But for the most part, we're going to be on the clear side all day. And then we do have, again, those winds coming off of the lake there. So it's going to be a little bit cooler if you're in places like Port Hope or Bad Axe or Port Austin, where you're going to be really next to that lake shore. And as we get into the overnight hours, it'll also act to keep you a little bit warmer than everybody else, because for the most part, we'll be dipping down into those 40s for us tonight. It's very possible that the 50s and even 60s hang on closest to the lake shore. But again, for the most part, as we talk about the weather, it's clear there. We don't even really have too much in the way of clouds to talk about. A little bit there as we start your Sunday, but for the most part, it's just going to be very pleasant. And it'll continue throughout all of your Sundays. You can see here lunchtime on Sunday, really still those winds a little gusty there moving off of Lake Huron. But other than that, I mean, it's just fantastic. I could just loop through this hour by hour here, and it would just all be the same until we get later into next week. And you can see as we even start out your Monday, really the same story. Winds starting to change a little bit more out of the north, and we're going to be a little bit cooler to start the week, but then warming up quite a bit. So let's talk about the 7-day here in a couple sections. First, we've got the weekend very nice. There's after that cold front passes through on your Sunday. Then as we start the week, our overnights are going to be a little bit cooler, a couple days there in the 30s. Once we get towards midweek, we really start to ramp up those temperatures. 67 there for Tuesday, warming up to got 70 there on Wednesday, and then you notice Thursday, Friday, right back down into those cooler temperatures with chance of showers.
Wow, wonderful weekend ahead.